The aviation industry continues to see new updates and news emerging every single day, and today the focus sits on multiple new orders for aircraft, retirements within the aviation industry, and more. So sit back, buckle in, and stay tuned for what's to come.
People 851, turn right, heading 180. 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
In recent weeks, we've seen the industry return to somewhat normality with the massive amount of aircraft and industry news. While travel restrictions have continued to stay in place, it's been a much-needed return to something we've been craving for such a long time. Today, though, proceedings begin with the Boeing 787, which, as you may have seen, saw the last Everett-built type roll off the assembly line. This is a move that comes following Boeing announcing not that long ago that it would be consolidating production of the 787 series to its South Carolina plant. It also comes following the Boeing 787 having rather a dull period within the industry that has seen orders dwindle out and production rates on a monthly basis continue to dwindle down to a smaller and smaller amount as time has moved forward. It'd almost be impossible to count just how many times now Boeing has had to adjust the 787's monthly production rate in recent times. However, that does say everything you need to know with regards to how prominent it has been. The Boeing 787 in question is for All Nippon Airways, and fittingly, 10 years ago, the first 787 entered service with All Nippon Airways as well. It's a closing of a chapter for the 787, but also hopefully opening a door to new beginnings. Following the pandemic and a resurgence, we would hope for the wide-body aircraft that has pioneered in recent times alongside the Airbus A380 wide-body long-haul travel, with a key focus on not just customer comfortability but also efficiency. Close to 1,000 employees are located at the plant that is now going to be shut. Boeing said in a press release that the employees have been moved onto other programs in the area with other aircraft, as while Boeing pulls itself out of the arena with the 787, it will still remain naturally with other aircraft programs in said location. As for the remaining employees, it has been said that they'll be used with regards to quality assurance and quality inspection checks, something that has made headlines of late with controversy surrounding Boeing and their 787 aircraft. This is not something I'm going to dive too much into in this aviation news recap, as I have covered it multiple times here on the channel, and if you are interested, feel free to go to recent videos and you'll be able to see my coverage on the 787 quality assurance issues. The Airbus A330neo comes in two variants, that being the A330-900 and the A330-800. However, naturally, there's always a more popular variant. It just so happens that the Dash 900 absolutely swipes the floor over its smaller brother, if you will, which is the Dash 800. This is a type that only has a handful of orders from the likes of Uganda Airlines, who have received now their two aircraft as discussed in previous videos. Kuwait Airways, and finally Air Greenland. However, albeit their orders are very, very small, with Air Greenland only ordering a singular A330-800neo. Of course, a new order is a new order, but on the grand scheme of things, just ordering one does not make a huge dent in, say, the order books for that specific variant. Now, though, the variant, which has only just hit double digits for orders, is set to see 4 more added, with Garuda Indonesia marking an order for 4 of the Dash 800s to their operations in the future. The order was done in quiet and was very subtly added to the order book. It means it didn't make any headlines until, of course, it was picked up by aviation websites and local social media platforms on top of that. The reason why we've seen the A330-800 struggle so much is not just have airlines preferred to go with the A330-900 for their base operations, but also they've seen the A321XLR, or even more widely the A321LR series, as a better option. It's similar in some senses, but they feel if they're going to go for an A330neo, they might as well go for the bigger version, and it suits their operations in more cases than none. Staying within Asia though, moving from Garuda Indonesia, today it's going to be with Cathay Pacific, as we've received the latest updates with them, and if you've been keeping an eye on a channel, you've known that they're probably not been in a great position nor having a great time of it, with their place immediately within the aviation industry threatened on multiple occasions now. The emergence of this very pandemic you hear me so often talk about couldn't for them have come at a worse time, and that's a fact. Although by no means are they the only ones that have been struggling with this pandemic. Now the airline has noted that it has seen around 92 passenger aircraft move to a storage facility in not just Alice Springs, Australia, but also in Spain. locations that see climates fit perfectly with the aircraft storage and also preservation plans. Places where rain can't damage the aircraft and conditions are largely peaceful, so when the aircraft do eventually need to be reactivated, should they actually need to be, they can be done so in a quick and organised manner with no real issues. On top of the 92 aircraft being in storage, they announced they'd say goodbye to a total of 34 aircraft earlier than expected as part of the ever-changing industry and business model for the carrier. They didn't go into exact specifics, but said given 2020 being their worst financial year ever and unprecedented, they had to go about making changes to their outlook, and this also included adjustments to specific delivery of aircraft, including that of the Airbus A350, which have been delayed through to the middle of this decade rather than arriving originally in the early 2020s. They join the A321neos that will also see, in addition, wholesale changes to their own delivery dates, stretching from now until 2025. Originally, for some reference, that was from now through to 2023. What do you make, though, of the airline's current position and retirement of aircraft? Do you see them making it out of this pandemic in one piece, or will something give? Let me know down in the comment section below. And like always, that's going to conclude another episode of the highly popular aviation news recap videos here on the channel. The support has absolutely been phenomenal on these videos, so I want to continue making them as frequently as possible, not just for myself, but also as you all have been thoroughly enjoying them. I have included chapters in these videos now, so that means you can easily skip to a specific topic that you want to see if one catches your eye. Hopefully, of course, they bring efficiency to the videos and are just something more that make the viewing experience on your part a little bit more enjoyable. However, until the next video, please do continue to take care and stay safe, and I will see you naturally next time.